Prosecution, please begin.
Malvinia Kruller moved to Hicksville about 7 years ago. Malvinia noticed that there was only one bakery, Jackie Horner's Pie Shop, in the area. Malvinia decided to make her own business. She made gingerbread houses a specialty. She named the store Malvinia's Gingerbread House. Malvinia's gingerbread houses soon became very popular. Business was okay, but she needed more customers. Malvinia's gingerbread house was soon renovated to look like a real gingerbread house to attract tradesmen's attention. This created a better business opportunity and brought a larger number of customers. Malvinia was not the prettiest woman. One day, one of the younger children said she looked like a witch. She took this opportunity and dressed the part to boost business again. On the day of October the 30th, the innocent shop owner Malvinia Kruller was working in her store. After a long day's work, two teenagers named Hansel and Gretel Schmidt walked into her shop at 2 p.m. There were no other customers in the store at the time. Malvinia Kruller asked if she could be of any assistance to the teens. Hansel and Gretel Schmidt claimed that they were simply browsing. Since Malvinia was not busy with any other customers, she was able to watch them as they browsed. While Hansel was looking, he asked Miss Kruller if she really was a witch. Malvinia did not believe that he was joking, and she took it to offense. This question was quite unnecessary. Had it occurred to the young teenage boy that maybe she had had a long day and was very tired of working with children. While Malvinia was observing, she noticed the two picking candy off the houses and taking cookies from the display. Malvinia asked them what they were up to, and they claimed they were doing nothing. Malvinia continued to watch the destruction of her houses occur. After a few minutes, Malvinia ordered them out. This obviously made the rebellious teenagers angry. Hansel and Gretel refused to leave the premises. Hansel and Gretel then started throwing and breaking gingerbread houses. As any other person would have done, the prosecution are going to charge Hansel and Gretel with aggravated battery, petty theft, and criminal mischief.
Teenagers that were abandoned by their father and stepmother a week prior to the incident. On October 30th, the day of the incident, Hansel was in search for a job with his sister. They ran into a group of boys who told them about Malvinia's shop. He told them that they should ask for a job. The boys also told them about Malvinia being a witch and the rumors. Hansel, being desperate, goes to Malvinia's shop with his sister to ask for a job. When Hansel and his sister walked in, they were admiring her great artistic work. Malvinia then tried to entice them with cookies and candy. Looking at Malvinia, Hansel remembered what the boys said and asked out of curiosity, asked if she was a witch, and accidentally touched the gingerbread house unintentionally. Malvinia became angry and yelled. Gretel got scared and backed into a gingerbread house. Malvinia's temper rose, so she charged at Gretel. Hansel, being a protective brother, jumped in front of Gretel to protect her, his sister. That is when the scuffle ensued. Then Malvinia picked up a large pan and opened up the oven. Hansel and Gretel just wanted to leave and scared of Malvinia because of her past.
Prosecution calls Hansel Schmidt to the stand.
Put your hand on the heart and raise your hand. Do you promise to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I promise. I do.
Please have a seat.
Okay. Now, is it true that you walked into Malvinia's gingerbread house in search of a job?
Yes.
And did Malvinia ask if you needed help?
Yes.
And did you tell her you wanted a job?
Yes.
Was there any other customers in the store at the time?
No.
Why did you ask if she was a witch?
Well, she was dressed as a witch, so I just decided there would be no harm in asking her if she was really a witch.
Okay. And is it true that you and your sister Gretel began to pick off candy and touch what you weren't supposed to?
No.
Okay. And did Malvinia ask you to leave?
No.
Okay. Then, did she try to force you out of the shop?
No.
Okay. Did you Did you start to make a mess in the midst of all of it?
It happened because she was getting very angry at us.
And at the station house, what did they ask you?
Just typical questions when they suspect you of a crime.
Okay. Okay, that'll be good. Can I have a recess? Okay, so did it ever occur to you that there might be jobs open at Jackie Horner's?
Yes,
And why didn't you take that?
I felt that I would like to go to Mrs. Kruger's house first.
Well, why?
It's my opinion. I'd rather go there first.
Okay, thank you. When she asked you if you needed a job, because earlier you said she did, how did you respond?
Okay.
So she asked you if you needed help. You said, yeah, I need a job, and she responded by saying, were you actually, like, given an opportunity for a job?
Yes.
Okay, through your affidavit, it says nothing about you getting a job.
I forgot about that. I never even got to ask her about a job if I could get one.
So that wasn't the truth.
Technically, yes.
Okay, so then back to that question. She asked you if you needed help, then what did you say?
Well, I was just looking at this time. But I was going to ask her if I could get a job or not. I just never got to after everything that happened in that store.
It was a perfect time, though.
Yes, but we were looking around first of all, and then I touched one, and then the rest. I touched a gingerbread house, and then the rest happened.
Okay.
Angel Smith.
Mr. Schmidt.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
is it correct that you were abandoned by your father and your stepmother?
Yes.
How did you feel about that?
We were pretty devastated. I was devastated.
What were your feelings towards your stepmother?
Personally, I didn't feel much of her. I felt just as if she was just there.
Would you say that your stepmother was the one who convinced your father to abandon you?
I believe so.
So where were you living? Because we have facts saying that you were living in Hicksville for about a week. So where did you live during that week?
Well, after my stepmother and father, they abandoned us, we just had to find somewhere to live. We stayed in bus shelters and anywhere we can keep warm.
So you'd say you needed a job to find somewhere. Your Honor, may we have a brief recess?
Yes.
Okay. Tell the court what happened, what ensued after Malvinia was allegedly pushed into the oven.
Well, we ran out of the store because we were kind of freaked out. So we ran up a few blocks, maybe up 4, I'm not sure. We were pretty freaked out at that time. And then we just decided, there's really nothing to run to, so we just stopped.
And at that time, is it correct that a police officer rolled up next to you?
Correct.
Did you offer any resistance to that officer?
No.